Welcome back. I had to get out of Vietnam. I had been there for 2 months, staying in Airbnbs. I stayed in Da Nang and I stayed in Ho Chi Minh City. And I made a couple of videos about it was wearing me out. It was breaking me down. I was questioning early retirement, nomadic travel. I was getting tired. I was getting pissed off. And I said, what am I going to do? I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge. So booked a 2-hour flight, AirAsia, a couple $100. Here I am in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, during Ramadan, no less. Nice hotel, and the contrast couldn't be more extremely pleasing. You check in to Le Meridien in New Central, the most convenient place to go from the airport. You get a 25-minute non-stop train ride on the KLIA Express. Costs you $12 US. You can roll your bags all the way from the exit to that train to the entrance to this hotel because it's all connected in a nice little bubble. So here I am in Le Meridien. I'm paying $150 US per night. It's a first-class hotel. Difference between hotel and Airbnb living. First thing is the check-in experience. They're going to greet you. They're going to ask you your name. They're going to look up your reservation. They're going to treat you as a VIP. They love you. They smile. They say hello. In fact, for the last 15 days that I've been here, I've made so much eye contact, so much greetings. I don't care if it's sincere or not. It makes me feel good. Contrast to Airbnb. You may or may not have your host meet you at the place. You may or may not have a keyless entry or a contactless check-in. And so the whole experience of being in an environment where you're coddled, you're respected, you're a very important person, it's kind of nice. Secondly, we're in Malaysia. And we're in Kuala Lumpur, a cosmopolitan city. Yes, it's an Islamic country. Yes, it's predominantly Muslim. However, downtown Kuala Lumpur is extremely multi-ethnic and very diverse. You'll see all shapes and sizes of people, and it's not the same as Bangkok. Don't get me wrong, it's more conservative, but it's very welcoming and very safe, very calm, and very organized. And it's the antidote for 2 months in Vietnam. Motorbikes, 2% of the traffic is motorbikes. In Vietnam, it was 98%. And that bent my mind. I couldn't cross the road without fear of getting run over. Here, I can go to a traffic light with a walk sign that I can wait for and predictably cross through without getting run over or having to have my head on a swivel. I appreciate that. So I want to be in this bubble for 2 weeks to get me over living 9 months in Airbnbs. Airbnbs are somebody else's house that they've cleaned up so that you can stay there for a month. And it has many uncertainties, many things you don't really know what you're going to get. You don't know the water pressure. You don't know if it's going to smell. You don't know if it's going to be good aircon, bad aircon. Yes, you can read the comments, but they're not always reliable. And what I found out is hosts can actually remove negative comments from their comment stream. Did you know that? I found that out recently. So you never really know what you're going to get when you come to a branded hotel chain and you pay a little money, get a decent room, and you know what you're going to get and you get what you pay for. So I wanted a 2-week break from my 9-month Airbnb odyssey. And so here I am. Why during Ramadan? Somewhat coincidence, somewhat intentional. My wife is from Malaysia. She says that during Ramadan you get special foods. It's a different vibe. So we came here March 1st, around the beginning of Ramadan. For those of you who may not be familiar, Ramadan means you basically don't eat from sunset to sunrise. And the flow of the day, the cadence of the day is very interesting. Nobody's eating and drinking all day if you're an observant Muslim. And right now when the sun goes down around 7:30, everybody hears a special prayer and they start eating. And what I noticed is when you go to the mall or go to a buffet or something, because everybody's eating at the same time because they've been fasting all day, they're hungry. So they'll get their food ahead of time and they'll put it on the table in front of them. And then they'll look at their phones and wait until it's time to eat, because they want to make sure they get the best food right before it's heavily picked over. And then it's 7:32, I think it was yesterday, bell goes off and you can tuck in. So that's fun to observe that. It's very calm, it's very peaceful. In this part of town, you can't hear the 5-day call to prayers like there are in some other parts of this huge city of Kuala Lumpur. But in the new central area, I haven't heard one call to prayer, so that kind of fits in with my kind of vibe. I don't want that constant reminder. And so some things you won't get as well. A steakhouse in the Hilton I tried to go to yesterday, which was closed during the month of Ramadan. Luckily, the steakhouse in this hotel is open, and it's called Prime, and we went there a couple of days ago, and it was outstanding. It was genuinely very high quality meat, non-halal meat, and it was delicious. I would advise, don't go to the place on the ground floor, which is where I am now. It's a burger casual dining joint. It's way overpriced. Food is just blah. And the one criticism I would have of this, maybe all hotels in this area, are they're overcharging on their food and drink. So if you want to come here and get food and drink in the hotel, I don't do it anyway. I would definitely get out of the hotel, go walk around, and you're going to find thousands of choices of international and Malaysian cuisine. If you're not familiar with Malaysian cuisine, it's a fantastic mix of Malay culture and Indian culture and Chinese culture. And they have their discrete foods, and then there are some mashups between two or three cultures. And you're going to get some amazing taste in your mouth that you've never had before if you haven't been here. Definitely worth it for the foodies out there. Not worth it for the drinkers. I wouldn't come to Malaysia if you're a daily drinker. You're going to spend too much money. Now, there's lots of other things to do in Malaysia other than drink. Some observations there. So why this particular hotel, Le Meridien? As I told you, it's a direct link from the airport. It has walking access to all the amenities that I want during this 2-week stay. I want it to be in a bubble. The pool is fantastic. The gym is fantastic. I'm not going to film in the gym because I don't want to interrupt other people's privacy while they're working out. I wouldn't want to be filmed working out. I did a nighttime video of the pool, which I'll show you. It was raining last night, but I think I still captured the pool. It's great because it's open until 11. If you stay in an Airbnb, the pool in an Airbnb may look nice. It won't have any staff. It won't have a poolside bar. It won't have people serving you food and drink at your lounger. Probably won't be shaded, and there probably won't be any canned music or entertainment or kind of services, or towel service for that matter. If you're in Airbnb, you do your own thing at the pool. It may or may not be in excellent shape. The water may or may not be crystal clear. In this hotel, in this pool, day or night, the pool is beautiful. It's got some waterfalls. Highly recommend it. I loved it. It's like a spa. They actually have a spa here. Definitely took advantage of the amenities while I'm here. $150 a night, folks, is not bad for a first-class hotel in a major capital city compared to what you might pay in Europe or in Asia or at a resort. There's no resort fee here. You just pay your normal taxes. It feels like a resort on the 8th floor. It's got an infinity pool, and it's got waterfalls, and it's got lovely grotto, and it's really nice, and you don't think you're up 8 floors, so I really enjoyed that. Our room is on the 15th floor. I'll give you a quick tour at the end of this video to show you exactly what I think about it. I couldn't find anything wrong with the room. I found one thing wrong with the room, maybe. I'll point it out to you. Let me know if you agree. So I needed a break. I needed a mental break. I needed a physical break. I needed to just spoil myself and my wife, have basically a holiday from our nomadic travel in Airbnbs, feeling welcomed and coddled for 2 weeks. It re-energized me, and I'm feeling good. Differences between Ho Chi Minh City and Kuala Lumpur, obvious ones. Infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. You know I like infrastructure. I'm a boring guy. I'm an engineer. And I want to have roads, I want to have traffic lights, I want to have people that stop when it says red and go when it goes green, and I want reasonable levels of noise pollution, reasonable levels of air pollution. And it's pretty decent here compared to Ho Chi Minh and compared to Bangkok. Kuala Lumpur has got better, lower noise pollution and air pollution, less congestion. Yeah, they have traditional commuter rush hours in the morning and the afternoon, but they're very predictable. And you can work around them, especially if you're retired. So traffic here, noise pollution, air pollution, no big deal. I can take it all day. The lobby here is great, lovely experience. I'm here about 11:30, we'll be checking out in half an hour. And really nice place to hang out, have a coffee. They actually give you 4 free coffees when you get here. So I had a few iced Americanos and delish, no sugar, no cream. That's the way I roll. So what are the downsides of living in a hotel versus living in a villa? Dollar for dollar, you're going to get a lot more floor space in either a condo or a villa you book on Airbnb. That's just the way it is. You're renting out somebody's house or somebody's apartment. You're going to get a kitchen, maybe a dining room, a living room, and 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. That's my requirement for Airbnb. And you can get that for the same or less than you would pay to stay in this hotel. In this hotel, you'll get a nice room, maybe a larger room. You'll get a king bed, a nice big bathroom with a walk-in shower, a kettle, a mini fridge, a mini bar, and daily services. You may or may not get a buffet breakfast. I usually don't pay for the buffet breakfast because I'm not a breakfast person, so I don't do that, hence the $150 a night. You can get a 2-bedroom suite here, same building, but that's $250 a night, which is way beyond my budget for day-to-day living. For 2 weeks, I think it's well worth it for a luxury experience. Now, my wife and I get along great, but 2 weeks is our mutually agreed limit to be living in a hotel room, basically. 2 weeks is fine, because we're not out 12 hours a day doing all the tours. We're beyond that. We're just having a chill, going to the gym, going shopping, reading a book, going to the park, maybe watching a movie, things like that. We're not here to spend each and every day on a booked touristic event every day. So we need to be able to chill in a big enough space, hence the Airbnb lifestyle. But as I said, I want to take a break from it. That's why I'm doing it here in Kuala Lumpur. Could I live in Kuala Lumpur long term? That's another reason I came here. I could stay in this area. Sometimes I'm high on Malaysia, sometimes I'm low on Malaysia. It depends on my interactions. I find that if I stick to the cosmopolitan, international area, where there's a lot of expats or a lot of different cultures, I feel happier. If I go to a strictly Muslim area, I feel less happy because I stick out like a sore thumb. That's normal. That's where I am in life. So I could see myself maybe 50% baseline Kuala Lumpur, 50% Bangkok. But we're not there yet. We haven't exhausted the beach experience yet. Just adding to the research. We're 9 months in and getting to know what we're like. Well, we're still nomadic. So yeah, being here during Ramadan, where the Muslim population is fasting all day, what I did, I decided to play along and fast all day. So I'm trying to lose some pounds to get in better shape. So what I did for March 1st through March 15th, I quit eating during the day. I went on the 1 meal a day plan, OMAD. I wait till around 6:30 or 7 to get my 1 meal a day. I'd make sure it was high protein, decent amount of fat, no carbs, and some roughage or fiber in the shape of vegetables. And also quit the alcohol for 2 weeks and just to see how that felt. Felt really good. It doesn't make sense to have a cheeky chang or a cheeky beer, tiger beer after lunch because I'm not having lunch, or to have a mid-afternoon cocktail. It didn't make sense. So it was easy just to use this opportunity to go 15 days alcohol-free. I may or may not continue that when we go to our next destination. And so that's the health benefit. Mental health benefit was being in this hotel. Everything's taken care of. You're coddled. Everything is nice, peaceful, tranquil. and you take that time to relax your body, relax your mind, and take care of yourself, because ultimately without your health, you have nothing. So this has really been about a health, it turned into a health kick, a little bit of an improvised health farm slash spa experience. I think it's been really beneficial for me and my wife. So I'm really glad I did it. So this is our last day, so we're actually checking out. So perfectly clean, but I'll give you a quick critique while I'm here. First things first, eco-friendly, although this doesn't actually turn off the aircon. It turns off the lights when you take that card out. It doesn't turn off the aircon, so interesting choice. You got a privacy button, which I love, and you got centralized control of your lights for the room and the bathroom. All very, very good. Let's look at the bathroom. We messed it up because we've been here for 15 days. It's a walk-in. I love walk-ins. It's also a rain shower. I can honestly say this is the best rain shower I've ever experienced. It's super powerful. The water gets as hot as you want. You got your shampoo, you got your body wash, and your conditioner, which is a good deal. I brought my own Neutrogena soap because that's just the way I roll. It's a walk-in shower. It's not huge, but hey, we'll take it. And then the rest is normal. Vanity mirror is good, and that's for the ladies, although I'm pretty vain myself. I have used it once or twice. Got a hair dryer, which is great, and it's all good. There was a bunch of like toothbrushes, if you forgot your toothbrush, and they'll bring you whatever you want. It's a little bit tight in the toilet, although I will point out, again, they give you the spigot. Now, most of the hotels and Airbnbs will give you just a hose with a little shower-like thing to wash your derriere. This has a very nice system where you just flick the switch there and you get the water jets right up there. So that's all good. The storage is adequate. I'd say that the good thing is plenty of hangers if you've got hanging clothes. Not a lot of drawers, but it's pretty good. They got a good system there. You get your mini bar here. Now, I refrain from using the mini bar, although I do appreciate a fridge, but they'll charge you for your drinks and they'll fill it up. The service here is absolutely outstanding. People that come and clean this room do a fantastic job, and I resisted. And I also resisted all this too. Look at that. So again, they'll charge you, and you know, fair enough. It's all about the point of sale, right? If you get the munchies, no problem. They'll take care of you. Give you a kettle, and I've ravaged all the tea and coffee supplies to take them with me. It's what I do. They give you a plunger or whatever you call that, a press type coffee maker, which I'm not a big fan of, but I got used to it and now I quite like it. It tastes very good, and there's no disposable. You just put it in there. 5 minutes later, you got a fresh pot of coffee. They give you as much water as you want, which is fantastic. We got a nice, beautiful king bed. Couldn't rate it. It's got a topper on it to give you some I slept really well. I was getting a full 8 hours some nights, which is, for me, is pretty unprecedented. Full-size pillows, medium terms of firmness, which is what I like. Not too hard. Nothing worse than a soft pillow. You've got your safe, which I think is a good feature. They got your prayer mat if you need it. I didn't see any pointers on the ceiling towards Mecca. Sometimes you get that. I don't see it here, but you do get the ability to use your prayer mat. Nice big TV. One minor complaint, which is my only complaint about this hotel. We couldn't get our HDMI cable shoved in the back of this TV to play my Apple TV. So, I was telling you about how I was boasting how I use Apple TV all the time. Well, We tried, and without breaking stuff or without calling the engineers, we didn't want to do all that. I don't want to be a Karen or a male Karen and say, I want to plug in my Apple TV. So for 2 weeks, we didn't watch Apple TV. Wah, wah, wah. And then this is what I like too. You got central control of your lights right here at night. And it's really handy. You can adjust the temperature of the room, the fan speed, the privacy button on the door. You got a little alarm clock, which I would never use. Don't trust it. And then you got control of all your individual lights around the room. So you're hanging out in bed, you're reading your Kindle, and then you just flick the switches and you're off to sleep. I love it. You've also got your USB power right there if you need it. And you got the which I like in Asia. I don't see this in Europe. You got the multi-pronged options for the British plug, American plug, other Asian plugs. Really, really nice. And then the view is, in this particular room, is not spectacular because we're right next to that train station, that new Central I told you about, but who cares? So it's not bad. You get the sun in the morning. I don't mind. You get a view of the mountains, and I absolutely love the giant window. And I'm going to point something out which you may not appreciate, but these are full darkening curtains, which mean if you like to sleep in pitch black, if you're a flight attendant or a pilot, or you just like to sleep in the dark, you're all set because there's a 2 feet overlap. So when you draw these curtains, these blackout curtains, they overlap by 2 feet. And they go all the way to the edge of the room, and they go all the way to the floor. What does that mean? It means you can get a good night's sleep. You crank down the aircon, and you will sleep very comfortably. So all in all, I would give this room a 9.5 out of 10. It's not the biggest, but I love it. So there's your room review. Next, we're going to Thailand. This afternoon, we're taking a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Dom Muang Airport in Bangkok. And we're getting picked up by the Airbnb host, and we're getting taken to a condo near downtown Bangkok. We're going to be staying there in an Airbnb for 2 weeks. It's a high-rise condo. We go to Bangkok for mostly medical tourism, so I'll get my dental work done, checkups, follow up with my heart doctor who put me on prescription meds for cholesterol and high blood pressure. We check my blood pressure. Guess what? It's in a normal range. Yay! Back to normal. 120 over 80. I love it. Take that all day. Cholesterol, don't know. Hopefully he'll tell me that it's gone down and it's now getting closer to normal. We'll see. Got an appointment there next week. My wife's getting her dental checkup as well. Doing a couple of other things. I'm doing Invisalign, trying to get the choppers aligned. Got to go back there to get my next set of whatever they call those inserts, Invisalign things to straighten out my teeth. Why do I do that? Partly vanity, partly dental health, partly if I want to take care of myself. I'll be 60 next year. Just want to take care of the old body. As I said, healthy. Doesn't matter how much money you have, you're going to not feel good. So why not take care of that, body and mind, a little bit of aesthetics. Keep going to the gym, kind of maybe continue a bit of a healthier lifestyle. And then, so next stop is Bangkok. And then after 2 weeks in Bangkok, we're going to Hua Hin. Hua Hin, as I've heard it called. I see it's the retirement place for expats to go and live cheap in a nice, quieter part of Thailand, but still access to services and expat type of vibe to it. I'm going to go there. I'm curious. We did get a site condo near the action because I don't want to be out in the boonies. Just to check it out, I'll let you know how it goes. It's on the list of potential future retirement candidates. It's a 3-mile drive from Bangkok. So it's access to all your conveniences if you need it, but more laid-back lifestyle. And then after that, we're going somewhere else, and it's an island. I'll tell you soon where I'm going. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe. I'm sick of that shit. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, fine. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.